Well, well, well. Look at where we are now. This is something that I kind of feel like I have to cover because I made a video that kind of leads into this. I wasn't expecting it, that's for damn sure. I know I say that with every single one of these unscripted videos. I wasn't expecting to have to cover this, or I wasn't planning on covering this. I get that, but like, genuinely, this has blindsided me. I am actually having trouble finding words for this. So, MechWarrior 5 Clans. If you guys saw my previous video on it, you know that I was not particularly happy with the new DLC announcement, because it was coming out a month after the release date of the base game. Very, very soon. And they were adding in modes that should have just been in the base game. Not any meaningful new content for the game. A game that I already felt was overpriced for what it was. And they had the audacity to charge $20 frickin' for it. And a lot of people were saying the same thing. I know Critical Rocket made a video about MechWarrior 5 Clans where he mentioned the DLC thing as well. I didn't see any of the other big channels' reviews of the games, but so I don't know who all else was covering it. I don't want to take credit for what's happened here, because I wasn't the only one who covered it, I wasn't the only one who was upset. I don't even think that my thing had the most views. But, it's, you know.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part. I didn't do fucking shit!
So, let's take a look at what exactly has happened here. Piranha has taken this new DLC for MechWarrior 5 Clans, and you'll see, it's in my Steam library. I didn't buy this DLC. I didn't want this DLC. You wouldn't have gotten me to pay any money for this DLC, but it's in my Steam library. How did that happen? Apparently, according to the reviews and some posts on Twitter, which you can see over here, Piranha has actually refunded everybody who bought the DLC and has now made it free content for the game. If you go to the store page, it's still listed. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, wait, no, this is the DLC page again. There it is. It's still listed at $20, but if you have the game, you already own it. This is a very intriguing development, because as you'll recall, Russ Bullock went on social media and doubled down defending this DLC pack. He was saying that it wasn't intended from the word go to sell basic features at a massive markup, even though we saw directly through that shit. Like, we know. You don't put out a DLC 1 month after release with new multiplayer modes and have it have been a brand new concept born within that month. No, you were planning that ahead of launch. Don't even begin to insult our intelligence with that shit. So he was doubling down. I thought that what was going to happen is that Piranha was just going to be like, fuck you, we've got your money, what are you going to do about it? But apparently the backlash was severe enough, and you can see that the approval rating is at 34% positive right now on the Steam page. They've gone and actually done something about it, which, credit where credit's due. That was the right move. That was the correct thing to do. Or at least partially. The correct thing to do would be to have done this from the word go and not tried to get away with charging $20 for it, because that's laughable. But, having said all that, it is the correct thing to do after the screw-up. This doesn't change what I've said about the DLC or about the base game, because I'll be honest, even with this new content, I don't think that Clans is worth the full $50. Because what is this DLC actually offering? Some mech variants, which, as I expressed before, doesn't count as content. Changing a couple numeric values that are attached to the mechs is not content. You can bang that out very quickly with minimal effort. That shit doesn't count. So what do you actually get here in terms of content? You get Horde mode, which we already had in Mercenaries. I think that was the Warzone contract. And then you get 5-player free-for-all deathmatch. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Is that going to give this game endless replay value? I don't think so. It's just going to depend on what the quality of the Horde mode is. I still haven't played it. Even though I now own this DLC, it hasn't convinced me to download the game again and take up all that hard drive space and try and get some friends together to play it. I'm pretty sure the only person on Steam that I'm friends with who owns this game... Let's take a look. I can actually see this. Okay, so I do technically have enough friends with this game to make a full star, but 2 of them are going to be pretty tough to wrangle up for any kind of meaningful event. So I don't really see this taking off in our friend group. Most of us didn't even bother buying the base game. And those of us that did played through the campaign, and now we're just kind of done with it. And if we want to play multiplayer, co-op Piranha Mech Warrior, what do? We boot up Mercenaries because it's better for that. But I don't know, maybe I'll try the Horde mode. If it's designed as well as something like Halo's... Oh, what was that mode called? I don't even remember what it was called, but it had its own Horde mode. That was pretty fun to play. Then Firefight, that's what it was. Yeah, like if it was designed well like Halo's Firefight, or like, say, Killing Floor, or COD Zombies, those other Horde shooter things, or like Gears of War Horde mode, like those had a lot of staying power back in the day. Is it gonna be as well made as those? I seriously doubt it. I'm pretty sure they've just dragged and dropped the Warzone contract from Mercenaries into Clans, because that's how Piranha operates. Minimum effort, minimal viable product is the ketchup and mustard, as it were, for Piranha. It's all about putting in as little effort as possible, and whether that's from laziness or just the fact that they're a small studio, I can't necessarily say. I think it's a little of column A and a little of column B, to be perfectly honest, but I want to try and be somewhat fair. Maybe it's just the fact that they're a smaller company and they're actually trying their best. I doubt it, but maybe that's the case. But I'm gonna be honest, I still don't see a lot of value in this even free. It's good that it's here, but we all need to take note that they tried to get away with this. But despite that, I want to say the big takeaway from this that I want everyone watching this video to understand is that you guys did this. This improvement here, this wondrous turn of events, wouldn't have happened without you guys. All you guys going and leaving your reviews, giving your feedback on social media, in my comments section, the comments section of other videos. You guys need to take a bow, take a victory lap. This is a massive W for us. The real question is Piranha going to learn their lesson from this moving forward? Are they going to be more careful in the future? Honestly, I don't freaking think so, because Piranha reacts to backlash, and they very seldom do anything to prevent backlash. Again, need I bring up the golden mechs and the pay-to-win aspects of early MechWarrior Online? Those of you who remember, that game was a mess at launch. And it's still pretty bad now, but at least it's not pay to win like it used to be. It used to be the only way to get the really good mech variants and have the best weapons was to pay them money. That sort of behavior, that sort of scummy monetization, has always been part of Piranha. And I don't think that's gone anywhere just because of this. But despite that, I think it's worth noting that everybody actually managed to make a big difference here. This is what happens when you vote with your wallet and also make your voice heard. So when people always try to tell you, why do you keep complaining about stuff? Why are you always so negative? Your screaming into the void doesn't do any good. Well, guess what, motherfucker? Here we are. We've gotten a game company to reverse their decision. This does work. On occasion. So I guess that's kind of all I have to say about it. I'm surprised, really, that they took this approach. So props to Piranha this one time for doing this. And please, guys, if you do watch my videos, I doubt that you do, but if you do, take this as a very, very important lesson, and don't ever, ever try this shit again. Please. I want you guys to be able to do something better. I'd say that I have faith in you, but I've been following you guys for years, and this is not the first time that you've done something like this, and I seriously doubt that it will be the last. But if you do listen to me and take anything away from this, make it the last time. Please. For the love of God. Anyway, that's kind of all that I've got to say about it. Thanks for listening to my rambling and ranting. Until next time, this is Mage Leader, signing off.